Kramer, but this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1 percentile? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Buy some of the hardest hit stuff you can find because that's where the opportunities could be greatest.
Buy the hardest hit stocks. Now, I agree with that. But here's the problem. When do you buy them? Every time these financial networks told you to buy a stock on a dip, they've been wrong. They're never right. Buying a dip. Now, he's right. There's some wonderful stocks out there. And I told my members, I gave them a nice list of stocks. I said, we're going to make a lot of money on these stocks, just like we did the oils. Just like we did the oils when people didn't think oil was any good. So, but you got to know when to buy them. And we have built a chart for our students that identifies clearly when not to buy them, when not to get into them. Because of why? The money flow. That's what you got to watch. You know, I was telling my members also that you got to get away from this thing where, okay, interest rates are low, you go to these stocks. Interest rates are high, you go to these stocks. Those days are gone. That's like when the market was rallying, the interest rates were going up, and we bought some steel stocks going right up through the roof, made good money on them. That wasn't supposed to happen. Ever since, what's happening, the bottom line here in this market, and people just don't want to believe it. This is the combination of QE, what's going on right now, all the problems we have in this economy, in the stock market, the amount of money people are losing, except the wealthy. The wealthy's done terrific. They've done great. Because why? Because we kept interest rates too low for too long. They're the ones who benefit. They've done terrific, but everybody else has gotten screwed. So we're at a real crucial point right now. We broke through that June 17th low, both the NASDAQ and the spiders. And I told you that was going to happen. Remember when the fake business news people, every time the market kept going up off that June, said, this is it, bottom's in, keep going, buy, buy, buy. And I said, are you nuts? No, don't buy. We're going a lot lower. See, when we have QE, we kept interest rates too low for too long, that benefited only a few. We have massive spending that's led to inflation, which leads to higher rates. When debt hit $31 trillion, the Fed balance sheet at the same time hit $9 trillion, which represents the amount of money, really, that the Fed's been printing. That's inflation. They never fixed any of this. It's crazy. The cost of interest alone over the next 3 decades is going to be $60 trillion. $60 trillion. Now, I know most of us won't be here. Our families, kids, grandkids, their grandkids. And here's what most people don't understand what's going on. It's going to be very difficult for the dollar to maintain its world's principal currency. China, Russia, they're going to take advantage of this. We're like Rome. We're just like Rome. We're just falling apart out of greed, out of debt. Everybody wants to spend, spend, spend. Nobody wants to cut spending. The dollar, let's talk about the dollar. In 2000, was 71% of the global reserve. 71%, that dollar, of our global reserve currency was respected. 71%. You know what it is now? 59%. If we don't get control over this reckless spending, we can't use the dollar to impose economic sanctions. You know, we use the dollar. When you got a strong dollar, we impose these economic sanctions. We don't have to put boots on the ground. Our kids don't go get killed or maimed. That's the beautiful thing about having a strong dollar. Unbelievable. All this reckless spending that's been going on, crazy spending. Pretty soon we no longer will hold the military superiority. No, we're not going to be superior when it comes to our military. We can see that now. All the spending's crazy. You know, I really believe that these fake business news networks, they truly believe in an alternate reality. See, they keep trying to take parking space on our head. Wall Street, fake business news networks, members of our Congress. The debt is good. Debt is good. Who's the numbskull who always says that? Robert Reich. Robert Reich. Debt is good. Debt is good. Debt is good. Debt will destroy you. With debt comes inflation. Why do you think presidents, the one thing that presidents hated was debt, because they knew inflation was right behind it, and they were always so fearful of inflation. Because with inflation, you can lose everything, including the republic. Budget deficits, they keep on rising and rising and rising. If you go back and look in history, it's interesting. The first time that national debt hit $1 billion was in 1863 while the Civil War was going on. It hit $2 billion about 2 years later when the Civil War ended. World War I, World War II, the national debt hit $10 billion and then $100 billion. So you had World War I, $10 billion. World War II, we hit $100 billion mark. By 1982, the Vietnam War and the Cold War, the national debt hit $1 trillion for the first time in history. By the 21st century, the national debt got to $20 trillion. This is crazy. War on terror, Great Recession. Today, the national debt, $31 trillion. And the public debt is roughly 100% of the country's GDP. Now, if you remember, President Roosevelt, he had the most debt. He increased it by 1,048% after he took over office from Hoover. And Roosevelt served as president, as you know, during the Great Depression, which he depleted the country's revenue. And then we started with this New Deal. And then that went off that went nuts. I mean, this spending is just crazy. It's insane. And even George Washington, after the Revolutionary War, he sat and he got a hold of his pal Hamilton. He said, hey, come on, we got to get rid of this 80 million debt. 80 million. They had to get rid of the 80 million debt. And that was the beginning of the creation of the first central bank, the idea of the first central bank. And guess what happened? You call it a national bank then. And ever since that time, that's when debt started to go out of control, started to go nuts. People have no idea what's coming. No idea what's coming. Talk more about this and the bond market when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang. But we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to philsgang.com. And also, make sure you check out my YouTube channel. Every day now, I will give updates. It's free, as well as my podcast. And so you don't have to wonder what the market's going to do. Until we get out of this mess, you should keep going to my YouTube channel. Because every day I'm going to keep you up to date. Like, for example, today, what's going on today? The bond market was closed today, which is ridiculous. To me, it is so stupid. They closed the bond market, but they leave the stock market open. How do you buy a stock without knowing what the bond market's going to do? Now, we watch TLT all the time, the 20-year Treasury, and they trade that today. That's active. They can trade that. But we don't get a real understanding of what happened today until the bond market opens tomorrow. You got to have the bond market open. How stupid. It's unbelievable. But my YouTube channel is going to be a place for someone could go where you ask that question, what do you think the market's going to do? And I'll guarantee I'll be closer than anyone else as to what the market's going to do. If you recall, I told you I was the only one on January 16, 2018. I said, this is the beginning of the crash. I said, it's going to take time, and that was the beginning of the crash. Remember that December 2018, we had the worst December crash in history. Then right after that, we had the 31% drop. That was the pandemic, they call it, 2020, January 2020 down to 2020, January 2020 to March 2020, and that market was supposed to just keep going down 30-40% more. No, instead, what they do? Once again, they printed all this money to buy treasuries, to push interest rates down, to create a 121% rally from the end of end of April 2020 to November 2021. What inflation? That was huge inflation. None of that should have happened. Only a few people benefit from that. Just a few people. Everything they did with QE and stock buybacks doesn't benefit anyone except the very wealthy. And this whole QE in 2008 was to create wealth for a very small group of people. The 0.01%. That's the 1/100th of 1%. I'm not talking about the 1%. I'm talking about the 1/100th of 1%. They have a net worth of $111 million. Their income is $8 million a year. If you want to qualify for that, that's what you need. Now go to the top 1%. They have a net worth of $4 million. Think about that. Between the 1% and the 1/100th of 1%. Net worth, the 0.1%, $111 million. Income, $8 million a year. Compared to the top 1%, $4 million income, $597,000 a year. Think about that. That's where the money has gone. That's where all the money's gone, to those two individual groups. That's it. That's it. There's only 520,000 individuals that are in that 0.01%, 1/100th of 1%. Only 520,000 individuals. And they control everything in this country. They control the Federal Reserve. They control our banks. They control manufacturing. They control our Congress. They control everything. And the amount of money they made during these zero interest rates was just incredible. Just incredible. And then you take the 1%, they did okay. But everybody else lost. Now, if you really think about it, you go back and you take a look. Even the 1%, let's take Main Street. Main Street in quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, they lost $43 trillion. $43 trillion. So Main Street, a hardworking person, combined income $60,000 or less, they lost in value $43 trillion. Now the top, I'm talking about the last 3 months, the top 1% lost $5 trillion. The top 10% of the population lost $8 trillion. And the bottom 50% of the population lost $70 billion. You want to know what the top 0.1% made? 1/100%? They gained $18 trillion. The only ones that made money. The only ones that made money. We got to do something quick. People have no idea what's going on. First of all, as I said, you can't keep interest rates. When you keep interest rates too low for too long, the consequences are severe. When debt hits that 31 trillion, that's incredible. We got to get control over this reckless spending. The spending is just brutal. Our dollar, you watch what happens. The dollar's going to totally collapse. It's doing well now because all the Europeans are dumping all their euros and they're buying the dollars. But you watch what happens to the dollar. It's going to collapse. It's going to totally collapse. That's when gold is going to take off big time. So debt is not good. Debt is terrible. Debt destroys our long-term economic growth. The higher debt crowds out investment. It means that when you and I go to the bank, we get elbowed out of the way by the government because the government goes in and gets the money first. So our interest rates go up. So when the government's in trouble like it is now, they grab all the money. We get elbowed out of the way. And we come back, can we borrow now? Yeah, and interest rates are up. That's exactly what's going on. The debt ceiling. Are you kidding me? You know they raised that debt ceiling 100 times? 100. They got to stop raising the debt ceiling. The reason they raised that debt ceiling 100 times so they can go borrow money. If we don't let them raise that debt, they raised it 100 times to go borrow money. If they couldn't do that, that's the big problem. You got to stop raising the debt ceiling. Don't let them raise the debt ceiling anymore. Live within their means. They create a budget, they got to stick to it. Or there's not going to be an America. You don't think China and Russia are looking at us? We're spending going wild. It's insane. So what do you do with the stock market? I'll tell you when we get back.
Want more information on this show?
Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. During this crisis we're in, the biggest question is, what do you think the market's going to do? Every day, go to my YouTube channel. It's free, where I give you my opinion. 55 years of experience in this business, I give you my opinion. And rarely is it wrong. It's free. At the same time, why don't you subscribe to my YouTube channel? Also, you can become a member for 10 days, free. Free for 10 days. So you can really see, understand how you're supposed to invest in stocks in a market like this. The buy on a dip didn't work for you. The buy and hold doesn't work for you. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you get all my alerts. And where every day I'm bringing people through this mess that we're in. A mess created that we should never have created. This thing with QE should have never occurred. Maybe a month, 2 months, that should have been the end of it. That should be it. Because all it does is create debt. And they keep telling us debt is good and debt is not good. They keep telling us debt is an investment. How debt and investment? Debt destroys economic growth. Higher debt crowds out investment. The government goes in and takes all the money. And you and I, as a result, have to pay higher rates. In other words, high debt harms economic growth. But all that inflation, the very wealthy love it. And where's all the spending going? Where are they putting all this money they're printing and all the debt we're in? Where the hell is it going? They're masking it. And it's going to social and green spending. That's right. Welfare, social, and green spending. By the way, all this green spending is funding the war on fossil fuels. That's insane. That's insane. Now, the social spending, think of how much they're spending. As a share of the federal debt or the expense they have, they budget, they increased the share that they spend on social and welfare spending from 22% to 62%. What are you, nuts? The Constitution says they can't do that. The Constitution's clear. We, the people, have to vote on that through our representatives. But what does Biden do? He goes around it with these executive orders. Forgot how many he did, 13. So we don't get to vote on where that money is going. The debt ceiling. They keep saying debt is an investment. What kind of investment is Congress making when our debt ratio compared to what we produce should be no more than 77%? It's almost twice that amount. Investment? Were you nuts? They call AOC green war on fossil fuels an investment. Social programs, which is a disincentive, they disincentivize work. They don't want you to work. That's an investment. Social programs? Are you kidding? That's an investment? As a result of all this crap, all that war on our fossil fuels, expanding the welfare state, keeping our borders open, that's an investment. Productivity has dropped 72%. That's what's happened. So they got to keep raising the debt ceiling to go borrow more money to keep this spending going. They raised it 100 times. We got to stop that. Our Congress, our representatives should say no. And no longer can you sign an executive order and go around the people. We should have a say in this. But no, they go around us. So Congress keeps on raising the debt ceiling, raising this. And most people don't know what the hell that means. They sit down and watch a football game or watch. Nothing wrong with that. I love football. Love watching baseball. But my point is nobody knows what's going on because people are too busy. And when they go home, they're tired. They want to see a baseball game. They don't want to listen to me about the debt ceiling. But when they go to the grocery store or they're going to invest in a stock, you should listen to me because you should know what stocks to get into. The consequence of all this, inflation's going wild. These executive orders are really maddening. And we should have a budget. And they shouldn't be able to go above that budget. We shouldn't have to raise the debt ceiling. It should be against the law, as executive orders should be. Go back to the gold standard. Unbelievable. Then they say, well, we cut the budget. Yeah, with creative accounting, they'll raise the budget from $2 million to $5 million. Then what they'll do is say, well, instead of raising from $2 million to $5 million, we'll raise from $2 million to $4 million. Therefore, we cut the budget by $1 million. That's what they do. That's what they do. Gangsters. Unbelievable. So the people that benefit from all this are the very, very wealthy because they live on inflation. They love inflation. They've been loving inflation since 2008 because inflation is what pushed the stock market up, pushed tech stocks up. Unbelievable. The top 1/100th of 1% or 0.1% net worth, $111 million. Income, $8 million a year. While you're having trouble filling your car up with gas, the grocery store, you're struggling. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. So, remember, debt is a problem. That $32 trillion debt, that's the equivalent of 92. But if every man, woman, and child in this country spent $92,000 or got into debt $92,000, that equals the $32 trillion. That's what the $32 trillion is equivalent of if each one of us got into debt $92,000. This is crazy. Debt increased from 2000 to 2010, $6 trillion to $14 trillion. Huge. Now look where we are. So what do you do with stocks? Well, you got to make sure that you're in the stocks. Not that I can go through every stock and tell you, okay, if you go into tech stocks, they do poorly with high rates. I can tell you that. If you go with semiconductors, they do poorly with high rates. Stay-at-home stocks, same thing. Banks, they do well with low rates. But if the economy is good, when rates go up, they do better. But if the economy is lousy and rates go up, they do terrible. That's what's happening now. Unbelievable. Energy, they do poorly with high rates. But that's meaningless because I've seen them do well when rates were high. Materials like steel and so forth hate high rates, but I've seen them do well. We got one steel stock doing very well with high yields. Box stores, Walmart, Costco, they do poorly with high rates. But I've seen them take off when there's high rates and do well. Why? Why is that? Because they screwed everything up. There's no more, ever since QE, there's no more fundamentals. That's gone. Nobody buys a stock based on PE ratios anymore or free cash flow anymore. You're going to start looking at a stock based on is more money going to this stock, into the tech, or is more money going into cyclical stocks, or is more money going, and we can identify where the money's going. We built a specific chart for that. It took us 5 years to do it. Look, I'll bring you through this. Won't cost you anything. Go to my YouTube channel. It's free. And then try signing up for 10 days. It's free. And you'll have a membership for 10 days, and you'll see how we invest and trade. Yeah, I'm Phil.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. This is Steve Celeste here, the Director of Education for philsgang.com. Just giving you an easy step-by-step process on how to join the gang for 10 days for free with our Working Investor program. So it's as simple as going to www.philsgang.com. At the top of the site, you're going to click on Get Started. Once you're on the next page, simply click on the red banner where it says 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. All right, thanks for listening to the show, and I'll see you on the charts.
And don't forget, for my listeners in Sarasota and Clearwater, Tampa, you can now listen to us on 93.7 FM, The Answer. Also remember, well, you've been a new listener, long-time listeners, subscribe to my YouTube. Every day, I work on that YouTube to make sure that everybody understands where this market's going. And you just go to the YouTube. You also pick it up on Rumble. Because I think it's important that people every day, while we're going through this mess, knows what's going on. The biggest question is, if you have that question, what do you think the market's going to do now? You'll find it in my YouTube, on my YouTube channel. You will. I swear to God, you will. You will. I mean, we now have, let's think about it. We have an inverted yield curve. We have a spike in both the yield. And remember, when yields go up, interest rates go up. Okay? That's when the bond market's getting crushed. And people in the bond market, you know what's going on. You've gotten crushed. But when there's a spike in both the yields and the dollar, that brings us into an economic crisis, and that's where we are. And bond yields are so high right now, it's going to cause a credit meltdown. And that's what happened during the tech bubble, the housing bubble. It's going to happen in this bubble. All you got to know is which stocks to be in. And honest, we make investing easy. There's 60 million people that are in 401ks. You've lost between an average of 15 to 20%. That's ridiculous. You should have made that money. But see, they don't allow you to sell short. My members were making money when this market was going down. We started to make money on June 17th when the market started to rally. Then when it started to go back down, we made money on the way back down with the same stocks. Our big winner on the way up was oil, just recently. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll get your answer. You really will. You really will. Now, the 401k folks, I hope to God one day they shut those things down. They're terrible. Think about a 401k. What do you get? You don't get any guarantee you're going to be able to retire, and you're going to be set with your retirement. You got that with a pension. If I were president, first thing I'd do is I'd kill all those 401ks, get rid of them, put them back into pensions. Put everybody back into pensions. That's what has to happen. No more can they raise debt ceilings to go spend money crazy. They have a budget, and they got to stay within that budget. We got to go back to gold standard. So when they print $1, they got to have $1 worth of gold, and they have to stop printing. But they're not going to do any of that. They're not going to listen to me. But if I can get you to listen to me, if I can reach out to you, get you to listen to me, and you start making some money, how about giving some money to St. Jude? I think that's a fair exchange. We're in a crisis right now. Now, see, in 2008, panic hit. We had a big panic, and the market crashed on panic. Shot up to about 100, from 40 to 100. In 2020, when the market crashed from January 2020 to March 2020, panic. You look on the VIX, shot up from 40 to about 100. There's no panic right now. You know why? Because people believe they're going to get bailed out. Like that silly story that, okay, Bank of England is going to bail out their pensions in their country by going back to zero rates. And they made it, and the fake business networks made it believe that Powell was going to do the same thing. He can't do that. All you got to know is which stock group should you be in. And the bonds affect that decision. And you want and what you need is somebody just to help you on that. Okay, here's what the bonds are doing, so we got to switch to these stocks. The bonds doing this, we got to switch over to these stocks. So you're constantly ahead of the market. Look, we got a problem. Do you know cars, 44% of all cars have a loan on it? 47% of credit cards, they still big debt. 62% of homes have a big mortgage. This is unbelievable. Utility bills are passed through, rent, and they're telling us how great the economy is. Now listen to this. This is kind of funny. This was represented, what's her name? She was like Desiree. Listen how dumb she is. These are the people we send to Congress. And she talks about Trump and how his wall was no good. It didn't work.
I don't think President Trump's Humpty Dumpty wall was a strong border policy.
Well, you have a lot of Democrats who I've interviewed who say that they think that the border wall should be finished, actually.
It's all dumb. Humpty Dumpty? Do you know the crossings, 80% of the crossings were stopped? See, the problem is we can't fix what's going on because the people in charge don't want to fix it. It's always about the team. They'll lie. They'll do it. The Democrats will lie. They'll lie. They'll lie. It's all for the team. She came out and made a fool of herself saying the wall didn't work. When go look it up anywhere. It says it worked.
I think people across the Midwest see improvement. That's why Joe Biden's poll numbers are going up and up and up.
Up and up and up his poll numbers? Again, they look at us like we're idiots. See, how are we going to fix this? When they just lie, they don't want to fix it. They rather lie. See, it's all for the team. It's all for the party, whether it's Democrat or Republican. So I'm begging you, go to my YouTube channel. Look at what I have to say every day when you start, you're thinking, I wonder what happened today. I wonder what the market's going to do next. Go to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Don't cost you a penny. And then if you want, as a bonus, you can join Phil's gang. Free for 10 days. Understand how the market works. Everything's archived, class archived. So you understand how to invest. What stocks do I go into? Now listen to this.
I know that people want to sometimes take the other side of what I do, okay? I want you to own all the money losers if you're going to do that.
Kramer, they're setting up an ETF now where he does so poorly. But you see, CNBC, their job is to take care of their advertisers. They built a whole, $1.5 million new studio for this guy. More people complain. He's always wrong. He's costing people money. He's all over that place. They pay him a fortune. They want him to go out there and lie. But I don't think he's lies. I think he's just dumb. When he made all his money is when he had inside information. That's when he made all his money. He made a fortune during the dot-com days. And now they're going to do an ETF. So anything he picks tells you to buy. You do the opposite. That's going to be a great, I wish I thought of that. What a great account. We did, but we didn't think of putting it together as an ETF. We do the opposite of a lot of his stocks. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So we got a lot more downside. Believe me. We're going to get these rallies. And all these rallies we've been having have been head fakes. They're all head fakes. I never seen anything like it. I mean, you take the 2008, the market went down, 50%? In about, 2-3 months? 2 months? In 2020, the market went down 31%. In about six weeks? This market is now in its 11th month going down. And we still don't have that fear. People are convinced. People are convinced by these dopes that this market, the economy's fine, the market's just going to rally back. Join my gang. Remember now, go to my YouTube channel. Check that out. It's free. And then why don't you subscribe to that. And at the same time, subscribe to Phil's Gang, where you become a member free for 10 days. We'll help you. We'll guide you. Everybody here at Phil's Gang will help you. You just help St. Jude's. That's a pretty good deal. See you on the chart.
You have You've been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600.